I was like, we have to do. I don't even know how we came to. I think we were just talking about shows. You're too into this.
I
Like,
know.
I have a feeling. Oh my gosh, I have a feeling you're just gonna like stay in this like the rest of the day, like after I leave.
I
Go
can
run
go
your
pick up my
errands.
kids.
Go pick up your kids. Please pick up your children.
The
as
best
Christine
part
Bass
is I
goes, and
went.
you have to be like, kids.
Nobody knows this show. Nobody.
Nobody knows the show.
I
If you know this show, like this is gonna be your lowest rated episode. Like that's like no one's gonna watch this one because no one knows, and it's sad. But also, I like it.
Yeah.
I like having it to myself.
I know.
I don't want to share. I don't want anything to get like Taylor Swift.
The
like,
thumbnail
popular.
is going to be hilarious on
Right.
YouTube. People are going to like, which one of those faces is photoshopped the most?
Right.
And neither one.
Neither one.
This is practical effects, y'all.
Yeah.
Practical.
Oh,
And also, oh my god, the wig's slipping.
I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I don't even know what it means, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat. I'm unloading the meat. I'm loading the meat.
What's up, guys? New episode Unloading Meat, the Halloween episode edition. Spooky. I don't know. I'm fucking lame. I probably look spooky like this. I forgot I'm in the outfit. New episode, and guys, you're gonna want this guest on your couch everywhere, consensually. Please welcome the returning Tulsa's premier trash clown, the one, the only, my dear friend, and the chip baskets to my, what's his mom's name? Christine Baskets. The one and only little Miss MG.
Hello, happy to be back.
I'm so trying to be in character. I was like, Chap!
There's no way I can be in character as Zach Galifianakis. Like, I can't even do it. I was trying to do an impression on the way over here, and I can't. Like, all I have is Martha. Like, shut up, Martha.
That's pretty good.
What did I say earlier? I am a clown. This is a very obscure show to pick to dress up as, but we planned this in February.
Yeah, for those that don't know, like you're on my officially, I think my second or third episode.
That was your second episode.
You were my second episode ever.
What episode is this? Oh, it's on Halloween. We won't know yet.
Halloween. This will probably be like episode 42 or 3 or 4.
I'm not sure. I'm afraid we need to use math.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it's 44. That's my magic number.
We'll see.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What comes out next week? So I'm hurrying the editing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we planned this back when we first did your podcast episode, and we talked about doing a Baskets Halloween episode.
Yes,
and
because it's one of the best, most underrated shows.
I'm still catching up on it. Like I haven't finished it. I'll be honest.
Oh, you're doing your first round.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. That's interesting.
It was one of those shows where I never got around to watching it when I had FX on a TV.
See, and I've seen it 5 rounds now. It's such a brilliant show. So where how far are you?
I'm not very far. They haven't even met the DJ brothers yet.
Okay.
Like I'm just getting ready to get to that episode.
So it is such a journey, and the fact that they did. This beard is so uncomfortable. We're both committing so hard.
I know.
I know that that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, this wig cap is killing me.
So uncomfortable. Like
we joked off camera that this wig cap looks like a fucking like condom with a reservoir tip on top of my fucking head. I can feel it prying up.
We can feel the pain of each other's gender right now.
Yeah.
This is
how we come together right now over me something.
So if you haven't seen the show, you should. It's Zach Galifianakis, and it was created by him and Louis C.K.
Louis C.K., yeah.
And it's just 4 seasons, and they meant for it to be 4 seasons, and like it's about Zach Galifianakis he studied clowning in France, and then he comes back and is a rodeo clown. His mother, Christine, is played by the late, great, freaking icon, Louis Anderson. May he rest in peace. And
Costco is heavily.
Yes, but it's such a fucking brilliant show.
Product placed in that show.
Yes. Oh God.
The show revolves around fucking Costco.
Yes.
Just made my weekly run to Costco. Tropical mango, dragon fruit, strawberry mango fever. That's brand new.
Costco.
Costco.
Like Louis Anderson is brilliant.
Who I am
as-
portraying today.
Yeah, because that's where I was like, we have to do. I don't even know how we came. I think we were just talking about shows. You're too into this.
I
Like,
know.
I have a feeling. Oh my gosh, I have a feeling you're just gonna like stay in this like the rest of the day. Like after I leave,
I
go
can
run
go
your
pick up my
errands.
kids.
Go pick up your kids. Please pick up your children.
The
as
best
Christian
part is I
Vasquez, and
went-
you have to be like, kids.
Nobody knows this show. Nobody.
Nobody knows the show.
I
If you know this show, like this is gonna be your lowest rated episode. Like that's like no one's gonna watch this one because no one knows, and it's sad. But also, I like it.
Yeah.
I like having it to myself.
I know.
I don't want to share. I don't want anything to get like Taylor Swift.
The
like,
thumbnail is
popular.
going to be hilarious on
Right.
YouTube. People are going to like, which one of those faces is photoshopped the most?
Right.
And neither one.
Neither one.
This is practical effects, y'all.
Yeah.
Practical.
Oh,
And
God.
also, oh my god, the wig's slipping.
Yeah.
Oh shit. It doesn't want to stay on.
Also, just like triggering my tism, like my sensory stuff. Like I'm honestly thinking about like on camera just
I
painting
know.
on a beard. Like, it's-
I
like,
can feel this slipping, like the sheets slipping down.
So as I'm putting this on, like what are your thoughts on the show so far?
I like it. The problem I have and the reason I can't binge it is it hits that part of comedy, that cringe humor,
Here, put it onto me so I can see my face. There
that
we go.
that like embarrassment humor.
The cringe. Yeah.
And it makes me want to like like that feeling.
Yeah.
And so when I'm high or something, it's literally like the one thing that will keep me from binging. Like I have to take it in doses because like it's so awkward humor that I'm just like, and it's like after a bit I'm
a lot
like,
of it's painful. A lot of it spikes my anxiety.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's like one of those things where I had to take it in doses. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. It's not a binging one.
No,
You can't binge it, and then also it gets really dark and it gets heavy. It gets like hilarious, and then like you're crying at the end of the episode, and then you're laughing again. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this show? Like,
it's like we talked off
I know.
camera, like how I'm playing Spider-Man 2 right now.
Yeah,
For those that play games, the Howard episode, the fucking pigeon episode or pigeon mission. Oh my god, I was devastated after playing this fucking side mission on this fucking superhero game. Fucking about to bawl my eyes out, and then I added a song to my Spotify playlist. Now every time I hear it, I'm like. This episode of Unloading Meat is not brought to you by your favorite local dispensary, who could be sponsoring this episode. Hey, local dispensaries, I love this bong, this cartridge and pin. Ooh, this new cartridge I haven't opened yet. What's that? What? This ad's for non-smoking? They don't want drug use in this ad? Oh. What was I saying? I'm high as fuck. Is that thing on? Are you? Whoa.
I was gonna say, I was like, we might lose them if we keep talking about baskets. It's a great dark comedy with like real shit, and it's beautifully acted. But it's not for everybody, and that's okay. That's one of the things I love about it.
I had never watched these movies, The Neverending Story. I never watched them.
I have a love-hate relationship with it. Like, I think it's terrifying in a lot of ways, but
Yeah.
I was scared of a lot of things.
Um,
But like, I wanted Falcor to be real so bad.
the it fits that. What is it about 80s and 90s movies? Like, there's that like period of like late 80s, early 90s movies. I would throw like the Ninja Turtles in there and a couple other live action movies where like as the sequels went on, they got drastically poorer in quality, like lower budgets and just like shittier. Like, oh my god, even the whole cast is different. Neverending Story is just one of those. The entire cast.
There's a lot of genres that fit that, where you just see the quality go down and down.
Sorry,
and
it's
down.
like hair's
just-
getting my nose and stuff. Oh
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you think you could do it the whole episode?
I can do it. It's itching my nose.
So now I'm just like went from baskets to a hobo clown. It works.
It looks like I borrowed your hair.
Yes. Yeah. I definitely had more hair the last time.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
right before you did your
It
haircut.
was right before I shaved it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving bald life. It's fun. This is too long right now. Like I need I try to shave it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I need to shave my sides. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, the biggest reason that like I didn't grow my hair back out, because like high school, like senior year, I had long hair. I told you off camera, like on the way here, like I had long blonde hair, so I look like Chris from Family Guy. So that's why I never grew back out. But also, it's hard for me to grow anything out because I can't stand shit on my ears.
Yeah.
So like every time I would get long and start getting to that point where I can't do anything with it, I would always shit cut.
Right.
So the idea was I always did in mohawks. I had mohawks almost most of my adult life, and then now I have the ponytail one, and I shave. So like this right here is already like,
yeah.
But
and like my sensory issues are getting worse and worse as I get older. That's why like I had to take that beard off and the hat and like, you know,
this definitely helps.
Yeah.
I feel
totally
good now.
Yeah.
And purple monkey balls.
Purple monkey balls.
Shout out to Humble Dispensary for the free purple monkey balls flour.
Brought to you by, and I was just like, of course I picked based on the word. I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I was looking at the terps because terps really help with my pain. Like, holy moly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah. I real talk. I went to the doctor yesterday. Like, I mean, I'm trying to lose weight and stuff. I'm like, just trying to be healthy because I'm in pain so much now, especially from my car wreck and stuff.
Yeah.
And just trying to go through it. And I was like, hey, I want to go to the doctor and talk about weight loss. What are my options? Like, you know, like medicine and stuff like that. Austin basically being told, yeah, we have nothing for you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're just fucked. Like,
you're too fat to help.
Yeah, and it's like you're too fat, but you're not diabetic yet.
It's like,
but we can't do anything until you're diabetic, and then when you're diabetic, you're just fucked.
Here's a unpopular opinion. Actually, I don't know if it's unpopular, but it's, what do they call it? Like a hot butt or hot take.
Yeah.
Question, like, are you going to be one of those people who I know you're going to be honest and be like, yeah, I did this fucking surgery, and you'll probably have a whole ass story from it, and make it into a bit. But you don't seem like the type, because like it really, I just kind of giggle at the people who, and there's nothing wrong with getting surgery, like like you do you, but when people like lie about it, like, or they omit that information and they pretend like they put, like, this is what hard work does, and you see the before and after pictures, I'm like, I know your little secret. Like, and it's just like, can you just own up to it? And I know some, like, a lot of it's both too. And also there's so many people who have had the surgeries and they didn't deal with the reason why they were having eating issues or whatever, and they turned to other stuff like alcoholism. Like, it's very common. Yeah. And it's just like, oh, this is not the rabbit hole I expected to go. It's like, well, let's go into psychology and addiction.
It's a spooky Halloween episode. Dealing with fat and shame.
After the next break, we'll talk about family generational trauma.
And next, we'll talk about CRT, so we can make this episode really scary for Republicans.
I don't know what CRG is.
CRT.
Critical race theory?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm so high I can't remember that acronym. Who's your favorite superhero?
Who's my favorite superhero?
Yeah.
Wolverine.
I got my whole display.
I know. That was the first one I admired when I was here. A lot of people assume Batman, because I do love, like, Batman. I love the Batman universe. I love Gotham City. But Batman's not my favorite, nor is he the best, you know? And, like, yeah, I wear his brand a lot, but Wolverine's my favorite. Wolverine has my heart. And I'm very, very, very excited that Hugh Jackman's back.
I know, if they can get the actor strike over. It's already been delayed again. Like,
the strike's still going? I thought it was done.
The writers one is, but not the actors one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's insane how much I haven't followed that, because like if it's not in my inner circle, it's not in my mind. That's just how my brain is.
Well, I had Eric Knowles on here, and I was kind of explaining to him like what the big deal with the extras is. Like, the extras thing is very curious.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've read a little bit. Like, I'm not completely in the dark.
Like, for the basically they'll basically photo scan you. You know that.
Is this about AI?
No, not really.
I read about that.
Well, kind of, but like basically one of the things that extras in movies and TV shows. It's a paid gig, and you get residuals from that whenever the shows get picked up on syndication, stuff like that. You'll get a check. That's how you get paid for your life.
Right.
Is you're an extra in like a famous movie or something takes off.
Right.
They're kind of wanting to eliminate that. So what they're wanting to do, before the strike went on, was get extras to come into a day's work, and they scan you digitally, and then just have you digitally, and they can just place you wherever they want in whatever movie and stuff they want, and they sign your likeness away, and they pay you just for that one day of shooting, and then they own that likeness. And then you don't have to be an extra anymore. and you don't get any residuals because you weren't actually filmed that day.
The actor who played oh my gosh, who was like in the OG like Power Rangers? Was it Zordon?
Yeah.
That actor who played him,
Yeah.
you know, the big floating head that we see in every fucking episode.
Yeah.
That actor only got paid, like you could probably Google it. He didn't get paid a big amount.
Yeah.
Filmed in front of for big screen. And that's it.
Yeah.
And he makes his money from like he jumps on the convention. Yeah.
Zordon.
So like he's in the I see him. But he's in that actor's in the convention syndication. I'm gonna be honest, like one of my weird things is like, you know, like with doing comedy and drag and like burlesque and all that stuff, like and I think I've talked about this before that I have no interest to be famous.
Yeah.
I thought I did at one point. I fantasized about it as a kid because I was always into, movies and such. But like, I know myself. I know I would hate it. I like my privacy too much. I like my I've already lost some, what was I gonna say? Anonymity.
Yeah.
I lost some of the wallflower, ness of, but a really cool, fun gig I think would be on the convention like circuit. I
Yeah.
can see why people do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets like, it goes from like comic book stuff to like and anime and then like you'll have like I went to a Comic-Con once where like Joey Fatone from NSYNC and like and Henry Winkler where they were in the same row.
What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck is this? I was dressed up like Carol from The Walking Dead. What the fuck is happening? Like, I'm cosplaying as her.
I'm just instantly thinking somebody has been shown and those are our two walkers that are behind her.
Yeah. No, and like I met both of them, and like actually like I love telling this story about Henry Winkler because like I use this as like when you play like 2 truths and a lie. I have a lot of weird celebrity stories.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, Henry Winkler, I accidentally tripped him at Comic-Con. It's a true story. It's true. And I was with my friend Catherine. Shout out Catherine. I love you. But we're she's in line to like I pretty much tagged along with her. She was paying for autographs and something. I'm like, I can't fucking afford that shit, but I'm tagging along with her. And she was so kind enough to like let me take pictures with her and stuff and the whoever we were meeting and then she met a lot on her own that I like didn't know who these people were. There's a lot of times it comes like, who the fuck is this person? Like there's this people like in like at a totally different convention where it was like a huge ass line for this like who's this? It's like, oh, this is the chick from the CW show, no, like some show I didn't know. I'm like, why is it? What the hell? And like next to her was Kane Hodder.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's pronounced Hodder or Hodder. I get names.
Either way, I don't know who did it.
Yeah, I've been like mispronouncing Brendan Fraser forever. I thought it was Fraser. It's Brendan Fraser.
Oh,
and I just found that out like a few months ago.
Oh,
and I've loved that man forever.
It's like Kristen Dunst or Kirsten Dunst. Either way, I hate her
anyway,
acting.
so like Kane, who played, he was one of the actors who played Jason in the Friday the 13th series. Like no one was in his line, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Nobody knows who he is. I don't know the name.
Right, but then like horror fanatics, and this is good for the Halloween episode. Know who that dude is.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I remember that time for that convention, I was dressed up. I did, you know me, I like to do concept shit, so I was like, oh, I'm going to cosplay as Lucille from The Walking Dead. Lucille is the bat.
Yeah.
That's Negan's weapon. I was like, I'm going to be like a human version of that. So I got this brown dress. It's a very conceptual thing. No, there's
barbed wire piece of shit.
Yes, like I did barbed wire around my fucking head. I did barbed wire around my body. I had like Glenn's eye hanging off of me. Spoiler alert, you had like 15 years. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Like bloody, I did special effects makeup that like cut my face and stuff.
Damn.
And like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like no one knew who the fuck I was except like when I explained it, some people were like, okay, I get it if they were Walking Dead people. But like, yeah, my best friend was dressed up like Shira, like is it Shiva or Shira? I haven't watched Walking Dead in forever. The big tiger. Shiva, the big, King Ezekiel's tiger.
Yeah.
She dressed up like that. Like that was our little costume. But anyway, so I'm dressed like that. We're dressed like that when I see like freaking Jason Voorhees over there sitting, and I'm like, and of course I had no money with me to like pay for selfies or autographs, whatever, and like part of me doesn't believe in that, whatever. I have this whole spiel about, because it's like I view autographs the same way I view diamonds. I think that's all bullshit. Like it's like, hey, this is like, and I get it to a degree. Like this stuff is meaningful because all of us. You know what I'm saying? I think it's weird to get online to be like, oh, hey, I bought this thing that was signed by Elvis Presley. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but it's just like I see them, but then like I don't know. I was like, I would never pay for an autograph. Like if it's an experience, like I've met people, like guys from the Impractical Jokers, like that show. Like I have $1 signed by them, and I think that's cool. And it's just
Well, like like wrestling wise, like I have 2 autographs over there for wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I have like from the 2 shows I went to. Like I went, and I love CM Punk. I don't know if you know that name. He's from WWE and now AEW. Then he basically got fired from both. He's kind of he's the guy that's like he's the definition of like Chappelle skit. That's like when keeping it real goes wrong, or when you keep it real too much. He's like the straight edge punk from Chicago, and like if you fucking do anything, he's like, you want to fight? You want to settle it right now? He's that kind of abrasive dude now. And yeah, it led to him getting fired from a multi-million-dollar deal after selling out Wembley Stadium with 81,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I have his autograph because they went to Tulsa when he was in WWE, and I have his autograph of a picture. It's behind that thing. But that match stands out because it's the match where he was sick, and he didn't want to wrestle, and they made him to anyway because he had the flu, and he shit his pants in the ring. I have the poster for that night when he was...
and that's fantastic because you have that story behind it. But just like there's a really weird icky thing when you like see those shady ass kiosks in the mall that have like, oh, look at this signed, when it's not signed, but people are stupid and they think it's signed by Elvis.
Well, I mean, it's even going.
It's like $400, and it's just like, it's
and
so
that's just
icky.
from scalpers. It's just from people like.
Scalpers can eat my dick. I think they're awful. They're like right there with paparazzi.
Well, like I was going to tell you with AEW, like there's the guys, 2 of the people that made that company are called the Young Bucks. They were like indie wrestlers, and they travel worldwide. They have a blog called Being the Elite. They do a traveling vlog. And they have a famous thing now called like they do an autograph sig, or what's it called, airport sigs, because there's people that are so much like paparazzi and like what's it called, scalpers, that they'll just line up at the airports and they know when they're gonna be in the towns, and they'll just be waiting at the airports. Can you sign this? Can you sign this? Can you sign this? Can you sign this? Right when they get off the flights. It just happens with celebrities.
Yeah.
And so they've turned it into this bit where they're like, oh, if this happens, we're gonna film it on our travel vlog, and we're going to give you shitty SIGs. And then if people actually pay for our SIGs, or they meet us in person, or actually good people, and they're not going to sell them on eBay and shit, we do an actual signature. So you can tell the difference. And they're starting to create this culture like, fuck you guys.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So they create shitty signatures on that stuff. So if you see it on eBay and stuff, it's bad ones.
I heard that Snoop Dogg like only gives autographs to children now. Like for something similar.
A lot of celebrities will only do pictures. They don't do signatures, and like Bill Murray would do that. It's better. Bill Murray won't do pictures or words; that he'll do like a story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or I think he did like a voicemail once. People said like he'll like record a voicemail with you or something like that. Like, hey, this is Bill Murray. I'm talking to your friend or whatever.
I have a voicemail from a Comic-Con I couldn't go to, and my friend, it was Sean Patrick Flannery, who's been in a lot of stuff, but he's but Boondock Saints in particular. It's one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies.
Who says marijuana affects your memory?
No, like fucking.
Speaking of, go ahead.
I will finish the story of Henry Winkler. That's how we'll end this episode. I'm gonna finish the story of Henry Winkler. But
did you just see what I just did? I literally went like
burn your
this.
hair?
I went.
Oh God. Oh, Christine.
I'm getting a new bong at Costco.
Yeah. So Boondock Saints, such a silly movie. We watch it every St. Patrick's Day. Like it's a pretty shitty movie, but it's just like it's something I've loved
Fucking
since I
Willem
was.
Dafoe makes so many memes or gifs out
Oh,
of
I
that
know.
movie.
And like Willem Dafoe is like one of those, like he is precious in my heart. Like
Yeah.
he's American treasure. He is like he's fantastic.
The
Willem
biggest travesty ever was they made him as Green Goblin, and I was like, that's the greatest casting ever as Green Goblin, and then they covered up his face with a fucking
Oh,
Power
I
Ranger
know.
mask.
Yeah.
They gave him a Power
I was
Ranger
like,
mask.
you had Willem Dafoe's real face.
The most expressive face in
You could have
Hollywood.
done wonders with like, okay, remember how cool Jim Carrey looked as the Grinch?
Did you ever see the mock-ups of Willem Dafoe as the Joker?
Yes, I have.
And they look fucking fantastic.
Hmm.
The other one that I thought was great was they had
I think he'd be a great older Joker.
you would make a great older Joker. Continue with your story though. I'm sorry, we're going on a tangent.
Oh, we're going on a tangent, like not us.
Sorry, gotta go Costco later.
Costco. Well, yeah, we'll mumble about Costco when we get off track.
You're
But-
Sean Patrick Flynn.
Yes, Boondock Saints. Like it's such a silly movie. It's stupid. Willem Dafoe is lovely in it.
Looks kind
that's
of like
li-
this in some parts.
Yeah, little baby Norman Reedus before he made Walking Dead fame. He's very expensive to see at cons. He's always the one in the corner. He's like the one who kind of gives the least fucks about everybody. I'm gonna say it like it's not like he's gonna see this. Like, and if he does, who gives a shit? Like hi.
Hi.
Great actor Norman Reedus. But
Go ride your motorcycle across fucking the U.S. I don't know.
but he's always the more expensive one. And I had the pleasure of going to Walker Stalker, which is a Walking Dead, convention, and that
Sounds
was so
like it comes with a built-in restraining order. Walker Stalker.
but like
Ba-dum.
anyway, but like that was just Walking Dead, and like, and I fucking love the Walking Dead series, even though like, okay, so like Baskets was 4 seasons, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see why. Like it's shit. Like that's why Breaking Bad's one of the best shows ever. It was 6 seasons. It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Walking Dead went way too long.
You brought up Henley and Winkler. Have you watched Barry yet?
I have not. It's on my list though. But
Please. It's 4 seasons and it's perfect.
I know. Okay, so it is a short one.
It's 4 seasons every
Okay.
30-minute episodes.
Right.
There's like 8 episodes a season. So it's like you can finish it in a weekend. It's
See,
quick.
and I think about the British. Like the British know what they're doing with series. That's why
Yeah.
like I love Sherlock, the Sherlock series, but like they're mini series. Like we have a good American mini series as well, but like I don't know, people dragging on. Like I hate what's happened to the Walking Dead universe. It makes me sad because I love the Walking Dead so much. It started out so good.
Well, we talked about great FX shows like Baskets. Another show that was great on FX was Fargo, the TV adaptation of Fargo.
I never watched it.
It's fantastic, like really good, and it's really early. Like I think the first season was like around the first season of American Horror Story. The very early FX stuff. Well, not early, but like when the FX started having this renaissance of fucking like dramas, and one of the things that they talked about was like in America, you're starting to see this like trend from movies, like big celebrities and actors going from movies to TV because they were doing these anthologies or short series, and it allowed them to do it in short schedules.
Yeah.
So you can get these big celebrities. Like the first season of Fargo has Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck did you get those two?
Right.
And it has Bob Odenkirk in the middle of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of Breaking Bad, I'm sorry.
That's why like American Horror Story is able to get such big names.
Because they book them in limited roles and for like a brief spot, and they just use them wisely on timing, and it basically revolutionized how Hollywood booked people.
Yeah.
And it kind of just started seeing this trend of everybody doing these big budget, short form like series, and like every season like to do different casts and stuff like that. And it just led to bigger names being able to do on TV now. And it kind of just changed the game a lot.
Yeah.
Around that time period.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love those shows. I'm just going on a tangent again. But Henry Winkler, I'll bring that up as like Barry is one of those.
That's on my list because right now, like, my brain gets a certain way where I can't watch anything new.
Yeah.
And it sucks because there's so many new horror movies I want to watch. Like, I'm on a horror movie binge because it's spooky season, but I'm just rewatching shit.
Yeah.
And also watching things that are kind of like lame that I.
You want that nostalgia tick, kind of like.
Yeah.
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 I understand.
Yeah. And then, like, but Barry's on my list.
It's like I can't take anything. Like I watched a couple of new stuff, and then I was like, okay, went back to Netflix, and I'm restarting Big Mouth. I adore that show.
I need to see. I haven't finished it. I suck at finishing series. I get bored of series, and then or like I legit forget about them. Again, like I mentioned earlier, like I'm very out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
If like
Big Mouth's that weird show. It's like they even talk about it on comment. Like it's like, who's this made for? Because it's like as a parent, I want to be able to show this show to my kids because it perfectly like explains like puberty and like sex and like getting your first period and erections in school and like sexuality and
It's
like
such a smart show.
yeah, it's so clever and it's
so
hilarious.
clever and stupid at the same time.
Like it's so pivotal to me now. Like my next tattoos are characters from that show. So like I had never really explained to me in like a show what depression and anxiety was to people that don't have it until they got to the episode and one of the kids has a depression kitty.
Depression Kitty is brilliant.
Yes.
I remember like I was like, okay, this is so fucking smart.
the anxiety mosquitoes portrayed by Maria Bamford, which is fucking genius casting. She's just flying around their ears and stuff. Oh no! Oh, your other friends hate you. Like she's just doing her, Maria Bamford, we're on Zach Galifianakis. But yeah, I love those portrayals. I want to get a depression kitty tattoo. Because also I'm allergic to cats, so I thought the symbolism was kind of cool.
I like that.
Something that's gonna be on my sleeve. I want to get, and also like I have lived my life. I've talked about it from my trauma and my therapy. I'm a shame-driven individual, so I want the shame wizard. I want the shame wizard tattooed on me. I love that.
I haven't gotten to the shame wizard yet.
Oh, it's portrayed. He's British. It's the guy from Mad Men or David Thules or whatever. I can't remember his name. He's a British actor.
Remember, if you can see their bodies, they can see yours.
Oh, shit, you're back?
Well, I couldn't miss the opportunity to leer at children in their bathing suits.
Ew.
Yummy, yummy.
What in the fuck?
No, I'm sorry, I'm rusty. The shame is what I find yummy. The children look bad, not sexy, no. Let me start.
Like, he just plays this creepy British, like, just this shame wizard. It's creepy. It makes everybody depressed and shit. And he works in tangent with the depression kitty and the anxiety.
See, I'm loving this era of dark comedy.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, and like that's the dream. I would love to make a show with just a group of my comedy friends where we just make a series and like have a killer, like okay, and then like there's freaking Always Sunny in Philadelphia, my favorite show of all time. How the fuck is it still going strong with 15 or 16 seasons? Like it's still so fresh.
I mean, in all honesty, if you really like this show, Unloading Meat, you will reach out to your favorite DoorDash or Uber Eats company and tell them to sponsor the show. Because it's kind of like a Mr. B situation where I spend so much fucking money on food being a fat ass that if they were to sponsor the show, somehow that money would go directly back into the show in a weird way. So, yeah, get us a sponsorship. Now back to the show.
Also, we need to I'm decided I'm going to wait to see the Killer Flowers movie until Go Theater gets it.
It's going to be a while. Yeah. I saw their post. Yeah.
But I think a bunch of comics and like local people in solidarity should like,
or
like I'm sure some people will come watch it again.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like if you're invited to come watch it again or come wait and see
my
it the
parents
first
went
time.
and watched it opening night or next night or whatever, last Saturday. And like, it's like a damn near 4-hour movie. And
that's what I heard.
It's long. They're like, they went there with they're older people. And they're like, we're there and we're all crammed in there because it's almost sold out and we all have to pee, but we're like, we don't want to miss this because it's an important movie. And like, we're trying to like, we have to pee. It's like, they held it, but like, yeah, they're like, God damn, this is a movie where you don't really want to miss anything. But it's like, they said, I don't know.
Then I will, in that case, I will wait to stream it, but I will sponsor someone in the comedy scene to go see it. Like,
I hope, like, I haven't watched it personally, so I'm not going to comment on it. They said they felt like it could have been like smidged edited longer. It could have been a little bit shorter. I felt that way about his last movie. What was it called? What was the movie on Netflix? The Irishman.
I haven't finished it yet.
I watched it in like multiple settings because of that, because it's long. Like, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like sometimes you need to restrain some of these people that get so high that they kind of have an unlimited budget. They can do whatever they want. You need those restraints to reel in the creativity a little bit. Sometimes you can go too much.
Yeah.
And like the Irishman, I'm like, man, you could have done some lot more impressive editing on this and saved a lot of the budget from the CGI and shit like this. You should have saved millions if you just like trimmed out 30 minutes of this. And it would have been a more concise, cohesive movie. Because even watching it now, I had multiple parts. I'm like, I don't know, it was kind of boring in a lot of parts.
I like to watch like, like I've always loved like DVD behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Stuff like I was like, what's all the special features? Like that's what I would get most excited about with Do you remember DVDs?
Yeah.
I still have like my DVDs like in a book thing. Like I don't even like have a Blu-ray player.
I have a few DVDs. This one,
old
just from
school.
Jeff Thompson. Jeff Thompson got me a figure.
Oh, cool.
This is from Reservoir
See,
Dogs.
I love little collector things like that. Like I have a collector's Wizard of Oz thing.
It's an actual gas can from Reservoir. You know, you burn
Yeah.
the cop, and then the DVD is matches.
Oh, shut the front door. That
you
is
can
so
see.
cute.
Isn't that
See,
cool?
I love collector shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I love I love horror VHSs. Like horror has to. I know you're not a big horror fan, but
Yeah.
like horror on VHSs.
I love
just,
horrors, but
You know, I mean, same horrors and horror.
I am one.
Yes,
Costco.
Costco. But we're back.
Yeah.
I guess we took a break to talk about secrets.
But no, I'll say DVDs.
Yes.
I need to find it again. I want this so bad, and I'll probably put this in there. Do you remember for horror movies too? One of the few movies that I really enjoy. Not Final Destination 1, which is all right. It's good. Not Final Destination 2, which still gives me nightmares because of the fucking logs. I still drive differently because
I
of
think
Final
that's the
Destination
next
2.
one I'm gonna binge. I'm gonna binge that series.
Final Destination 3D. Please, if you've never seen it, it is a piece of shit movie. But watch it on DVD exclusively because it has the coolest seat. They did a fucking make your own, like, choose your own adventure. Choose your own adventure movie style on this movie. And they have multiple endings, multiple paths for every character. So this movie has
Just on DVD or
just-
did they
just
did
on
they do that
DVD.
Okay. I was like, that's impossible in the theater.
No, it's not impossible. Yeah, in theater they had the 3D. You know, it was like one of those things where like Avatar 3D, so everything's 3D now.
Right.
And it looked like shit. So they're like, okay, well, what can we do on DVD to make it exclusive? Because it's a 3D movie that you can't really watch on home 3D. So they're like, well, let's do Choose Your Own Adventure. And they filmed all this extra content. And it's amazing. You can choose how people die if they dodge left, if they dodge right. And that chooses if they actually lived or died. And it alters the entire course of the story.
That's so cool.
It's amazing. And it makes the movie so much better.
Oh my goodness.
And you can't find it. If you watch it on digital, it's just a regular movie cut. Like,
Right.
there's not that anymore.
So basically you just gotta find.
It's kind of like, remember Clue?
Yes.
Clue has the different endings.
Yes.
And you could have the different endings on VHS. You could back in the day, you could rewind or fast forward to the right part and choose your ending.
I love learning about like film gimmicks.
Like Easter eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like gimmicks, like Vincent Price had a lot of gimmicks in his movies. What the fuck?
I hit a soundboard. I hit the wrong one. I was on to do.
What was that a reaction to?
I don't know.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Costco.
yeah, Costco.
But it's so accurate. I feel like I'm looking at Louis himself. Earlier, he had a Tootsie Roll like gap,
On my teeth.
but like it fell out.
Yeah.
But
It kind of melted away because it was delicious.
yeah. So I'm there dressed up as, oh wait, where was I then?
You were the
Okay, I
Negan
was-
bat. No.
No, that's when I met oh yeah, I can finish that story and then the Henry Winkler story.
Okay.
That's when I met Jason from Friday the 13th, and I was like, I just want to come say hi. I can't really afford, oh yeah, because I went in the rabbit hole, bet autographs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jankies.
and then he saw my Jankies, and then he saw my my scar makeup, and he was like, because I love doing special effects makeup, and he was like, oh, did you do that yourself? I'm like, yeah, and like my friend got a picture of him and like, do you still but like I could send it to you and we can put it up.
Yeah.
But like of him like touching my scar makeup and stuff. And then like we took a picture together and he was such a cool dude and like sat and talked with him for a bit. And it's just like, again, it's like, oh, this bitch from this CW show, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but you know what? Like I love that little moment I had with him. It was so cool. And then Henry Winkler. So my friend Catherine and I, she wanted to go. She was a big fan of Happy Days and she got you could buy an 8x10. She bought a Fonzie one. And
Of course.
he was taking his time with like every single person.
Good.
It was really sweet. But then I was just like, what's Henry Winkler doing here?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just so out of place. And again, like Joey Fatone.
How long ago was this? Like, how many years ago was this?
Let's see.
Like, what era Henry Winkler would this be?
Um,
Pre-Barry?
Pre-Barry. Definitely pre-Barry.
Okay,
This was
so-
back in 2016 or 2017.
Oh God, yeah. So like post-Barry, those tickets or those autographs have been like it's gonna be a different echelon now.
Mm.
Like, he's gonna be a different circuit probably. Henry Winkler probably
Oh,
if
like-
he's doing those at all because like
Oh,
he
like
got
in
paid big from Barry, and like it's a
He just kind of reinvents himself throughout the.
yeah.
I love him. But
Please watch that because like that is like the definitive Henry Winkler. Like it is breathtaking his acting chops in that movie or that film.
That's
or
a dark
that
comedy
show.
too.
Yeah,
I love. Dark
it is
comedies
a
right now.
dark comedy. So it's a dark comedy that has hints of action, and that turns into like just this really really dark comedy. Like it goes down a rabbit hole like basket.
And Bill Hader is an excellent actor, both comedic and like he's like his acting is so good in It Chapter 2. As adult Richie.
Yeah.
He's so good as adult Richie, both in his comedic and his dramatic acting.
Well, there's even
he was one of the best ones.
There's even whole videos on YouTube that I even for people that are like trying to like, get on into like, stage performance and stuff like we do. Bill Hader, there's even whole YouTube videos that people are like just dissecting his facial performances. Because in Barry especially, there's whole scenes in that show that there's nothing going on. There's no dialogue. It is silent. You're just watching the characters express their emotions, just facials.
Mm-hmm.
And he has such an expressive face with his eyebrows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he uses it so well. Like I said, there's so many breakdowns. You can see nuanced performances, just like all these emotional range that it's written in this dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's so impressive. Like I highly recommend watching Barry.
That's on Max, right?
It's on Max.
Okay, cool.
Fucking breathtaking show. And like the action is like John Wick level. Like when it gets good, it's fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography is amazing. Like it's a masterclass show. Like I would put it up there with Breaking Bad.
Awesome.
Like but it's shorter. It's 30-minute episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good.
See, and that's where, because when it gets to and that's where Walking Dead, it just got lazy. The writing got lazy.
Yeah.
Some of I was still invested in the freaking characters and the lore, and I'm a sociology nerd, so I love learning about seeing the little things they do to they're crushing up corn to make ethanol, and they break into this museum to get this covered wagon, and when they turn minivans into covered wagon, I nerd out about that shit.
Yeah.
But it just it should have ended. Walking Dead should have been shorter.
They started losing the main cast, and it's like you should have just cut it short. I'll be honest, I kind of gave up on the show after I knew Glenn and them were dying.
Oh yeah.
I had read the books, so I was waiting for Negan to be introduced, and I was like, when he comes introduced, he's gonna kill Glenn.
I predicted that he was gonna do too.
Yeah, and when it happened, and then it was basically just turned into murder porn.
Yeah.
And it kind of just took me to that where it's it was too extreme, where you lost me, and I kind of just gave up because. And honestly, the best
they lost their creativity.
Well, the worst thing about that show is it needed an after show just to deal with the fucking fallout because people's emotions were fucking. After you watch it, you're like, I need a moment.
Oh my god, yeah.
They needed Talking Dead and they needed Chris Hardwick to fucking to have some brevity.
Yes.
And just really just help people deal with their shit.
Yeah, freaking the Herschel episode.
Oh. See, and that's another show where I don't know if I would ever go back and rewatch it because I don't really look forward to watching it.
There's so many episodes I can't watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and then it's relatable and it's pretty real. I know that zombies aren't real, but it's pretty realistic. It's whoa, this would happen because the thing is, the zombies weren't, or the walkers weren't. Yeah. They weren't the biggest threat. Yeah, they were a threat.
Yeah.
But they could handle that. It was humans.
Yeah.
Seeing humans become monsters. That's the whole point of the show. And that's real.
Well, that's what
all that shit's real. And and that goes back to being the sociology nerd of the fall of society and the bringing it back up. If anything were to happen here, just shit like that would happen. We would get Negans. We would also get Ricks. We would get Daryl's, we would get these people that are unassuming in this
especially
world.
in Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh. We would have so many unassuming men here, men and women and in-betweenans, and who in a situation like that would be the heroes, would be the leaders. I would not be one of them. No.
Sarah Buntain on her Harley.
Yeah, there are those people.
Sarah Buntain would come through. She's already got the haircut. She's haircut.
And then you have the people who. You would see the people who had everything built for them here, and in the afterworld, they have nothing, and they have no skill, and they would be, that stuff's real, and that's the stuff that scares me.
That's why I learned young how to suck a mean dick.
Right.
Yeah.
And I started early.
Skills.
Listen, I was a sexy 9-year-old, and just. Hey, that's how comedians are made. As I say that,
I can do that. I can do that when I'm uncomfortable. I can go.
Oh gosh. Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Henry Winkler.
So you tripped him.
So I tripped him. But we were in line. He was taking his time with everybody, and the way he was standing, he was, backing up, saying goodbye to the people, and then I was like backed into a corner because they had like the little gates, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I have nowhere to go. I have my little mini backpack on, and I'm just like in a Batman shirt, stepping back, and then he hits my boots. And then kind of trips back, and the guy who was with him like holds on to him. He doesn't fall. And I'm sitting here just like this.
You killed the Fonz.
And he turned around, and I was like, I said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Winkler." And then it was the cutest thing. He did this like disappointed dad look, like, and then he smiled and he did this like, "Come here," and he's like, "What's your name?" And gave me a big old hug, and then you met my friend Catherine, and then I was like, "Well, how do you like Tulsa so far?" And he's just like, "You know what? It's pretty great. My wife and I went to this restaurant last night. Oh, I can't remember the name of it." And like, just talking to you like he's your like we're his buddies. We took a picture with him. I'll have to like dig through the archives to get that one.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with old folk, Missy. Don't you know that like once they get that age, they're like 65% porcelain.
I know. Like imagine if like he fell and like broke his hip. Like I would be that bitch.
Oh.
Who broke Henry Winkler's hip, and he's one of like the beloveds, like he's in the with Danny DeVito, Tim Curry, Sir Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Betty White, like he's in that, it's fucking Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Like I would be that bitch.
He didn't break anything jumping the shark. Literally. He coined the phrase jumping the shark.
Trips over a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was dressed as a clown or dressed as Lucille that day. No, that would have been terrible. Like anytime I'm driving, this is why I'm gonna wash my face after this.
Yeah, me too.
But like, usually when I leave a gig and I'm in clown face driving home, I'm like, every time I'm in makeup, I'm like, this is how I die because I think about my sister having to come identify my body as a clown.
Well, like going back to
they died looking at oh God.
Well, I go back to the fucking this shit and baskets. Like I go to Walmart and I'm buying the fucking wig and the cap, and everybody wants to know, oh, what are you gonna be for Halloween? Everyone's excited. The Walmart girls want to know what and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be the mom from Baskets. I'm like, what?
Right.
Nobody knows what the
fuck
fuck
You're
it
not
is.
gonna be Barbie.
No.
Like fuck you.
I should have been Cowboy Barbie.
No, everybody's gonna be Cowboy Barbie. Everybody's Cowboy Barbie.
I know.
I want to see some Jadas.
Oh yeah. Here you go.
Oh God.
We'll
end it with the condom. How about that?
Yeah,
This is what a hairnet is. If you excuse me, a wig cap.
Is that
Put
better?
your hair back. Yep. So keep your hair back when you're wearing a wig, and it looks like a condom with a little.
So this is what, if you want to see Jada, this is what she looks like. Why did she leave Will? I'll never know. Fuck Jada.
But fuck both of them. I'm sorry. And like Will Smith was one of my first crushes.
Yeah.
Like him and like fucking Jeff Goldblum were it for me for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. Well, all the girls at school, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I was like Jeff Goldblum.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
And it was in The Fly too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The second half.
Missy, that explains so much.
That'll be my horror movie Halloween. Let's give horror recommendations, like what you should watch. I always watch Halloween, the original.
Okay.
Trick or Treat is a good one. Trick or Treat's it's a little cult following. And just for that, oh my gosh. Yeah, watch The Fly, the original. Actually, no, there's an original. This is the remake, the 80s remake. So
Okay.
those will be my
So
suggestions.
I'm going to say a weird one that's not technically a horror movie. I guess it would be, but like watch them back to back would be House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's
Excellent
Rejects.
choice. Excellent choice.
I'm not the biggest horror guy, but like I love those two movies back to back, and it's like a cool story.
Rob Zombie's remake of
Halloween
is pretty solid.
I like the second. Oh my god!
And I love Texas Chainsaw.
Oh my god! We'll wrap this up. Please, for the life of God, listen to Rob Zombie. I think it's on either Joe Rogan or Howie Mandel's podcast. One of them.
Okay.
He breaks down how much he fucking hated making those Halloween movies. by how much the studio interfered and recut it and redid shit. And like how he didn't even want to come back for Halloween 2.
I'll probably listen to it on the way home.
It's so good. And you could hear it. Like, he's like, I had this ideas and I had this stuff. And basically it was like the idea of like, oh, just do whatever you want. We trust you. And then he does it. And then like, well,
I bet he would have made it even grittier.
Yeah.
I know he would have.
And they're just like, make it like this, make it like this, make it like this after he'd already redone. It's just like, and there's just the horror that like, they didn't want his like DP or his producer or somebody like that. So they said fire him and rehire somebody else, but he kept him hired and just kept him on set the entire time and just had him there as an extra just to pay him. And just so he could still keep working on the movie and doing his original vision. Like, this is a nightmare thing they did. But yeah, highly recommend listening to that.
Well, the damn man always gets in the way of the artist.
Yep.
So many productions that have been ruined.
I know. Well, on that note,
check your candy before you eat it.
Yeah, stop by Costco.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys,
and watch baskets.
Tulsa's premier trash clown, Little Miss MG. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me again.
Where can everybody follow you, or they find you if they want to book the great Little Miss MG?
I'm supposed to have a Facebook artist page, Little Miss, because like you know how much I hate social
Instagram. You
media.
got Instagram?
I do. You can follow me, Little Miss MG, on Instagram.
Nice. Well, guys, I have been Jared Ralphie Allen or Christine Baskets, aka Costco.
Costco.
Make sure you get your Costco cards and subscribe to Unloading Meat. I need those clicks, please. Gotta pay those bills and buy more wigs. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Little Miss MG. I'm Jared Ralphie Allen. This has been the Halloween episode of Unloading Meat.
Unloading
Peace.
Meat.
Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat. Unloading the meat.